message and for sending your photo of your lovely boy. Wow, he really does look like Raffles. And you've said he is working over his back and stretching beautifully, which is fantastic. Now, to me, working in an appropriate outline or frame for a 3-year-old is everything you've just described at this early stage. So you probably noticed that the subject of working in an outline is not something we even mention in the 3-year-old young horse program, and the outline will come through the correct training and according to the scales of training. So I just wanted to point out that at this stage, your aim should be firstly to establish the rhythm. So with the 3-year-old in the backing program, this is where those corkscrew exercises will really help. First of all, to give your young horse confidence. So remember, it takes time for a young horse to learn how to balance themselves, let alone with a rider on board as well. And then gradually we build up the strength and stamina to be able to sustain a rhythm. So then we can think about the suppleness, which is where we learn to create bend, and that comes in the prelim program. And then we start to think about number 3, which is the contact. And you can see also in the prelim program the exercise where we are turning about the 4 and then the traveling turn on the 4. Those exercises are all about teaching you as the rider what that feeling of riding from your inside leg to the outside rein, what that connection feels like, and then how to sustain that so that your horse then gradually learns to work within your aids. And that is where the outline starts to develop. So you mentioned that Raffles is working in a frame quite early on, and you are right, and I do get what you mean. He does look like he's carrying himself in quite a grown-up frame, but actually this is not something we're training him to do. And on the contrary, and I actually feel for his age, his head carriage is a little bit too high, and his back is then at risk of becoming a little bit too tight. So actually we're trying to do the opposite, and we're constantly trying to work him down into a stretched frame and elongate his frame. And you can see after every little rep that we do, we are stretching and stretching and even more stretching. So I guess my point here is that every horse will be different depending on their natural conformation, but it sounds like your lovely boy is already offering what would be an ideal outline and what we're aiming for, which is super. So later on, when we've developed a lovely swinging back, we can then start to adjust the frame, which you'll see this comes in the novice program. So Raffles is now 5 years old, so that's what we're working on right now. So to recap, if you think about those first 3 steps on the scales of training, so it's the rhythm, the suppleness, and the contact, make sure you have really mastered those key exercises. So they are in the young horse backing program and the prelim programs. It sounds like you're doing a fantastic job, but if you can, please send me a video and I'll be able to just help you a little bit more and just make sure that you're staying on track.